Welcome to Season 2 of the Root of Everything podcast. The twist with Season 2 is we finally have guests, and our first guest is Mr. Nate Pierre-Louis. Now, the thing we're doing with Season 2 is we're actually going into the day in the life of each person that we believe is a passionate person to give y'all another chance to be inspired to live in your passion. Now, it's 2:30 in the morning right now, so we can get ready for his day that starts at 3 a.m. And after we finish going through the whole day, we're going to do a little interview to get some more insight on what it is to be a passionate person in his life. We'll see y'all there.
A1, you ain't even have to do it like that, man. Hey, yo, shout out to Jamar, too, man. Root of everything. Huncho. You know it's my time, yeah, I'm on my grind. You know that it never stop. I'm stacking it up like it's Legos, but this not no Legos, I'm on the block. Riding around my town, vision so profound, I'm cool with you hating now. If you put in work, you gon' see it working, all you gon' see is the greatest now. The root of everything, we get to the root of everything. The root of everything, we get to the root of everything. Riding around my town, vision so profound, I'm cool with you hating now. If you put in work, you gon' see it working, all you gon' see is the greatest now.
And we vlogging, baby. Oops, phone turned off. Alright guys, we're gearing up to leave. Everything is packed up. I have me a bowl of oatmeal I gotta put in the sink. And we kinda gotta hurry up if we don't wanna be late. We're doing all this and we're gonna get locked as what's the word? Absent for class.
All this
for absent.
an
Unexcused absence. Come on, bro. What's up?
Come on, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. I'm training here.
All right, Nate. What we got first?
First, gotta get this music right, cause I ain't go out at 4 in the morning.
I'm not playing with y'all no more. Y'all gonna have to run me the max. No cap. They gotta run me the max. They gotta run up the racks. They gotta turn up the slaps. They wanna see me collapse. They gotta run up the max. They gotta run up the racks. Yeah, they gotta turn up the slaps. They wanna see me collapse.
Oh my God.
He done already.
I'm not done. I'm just.
Yeah, he done.
They gotta run up the racks. Yeah, they gotta turn up the slaps. They wanna see me collapse. They wanna see me collapse. But I'm too quick, I adapt. Hey, they hope I fall for the trap. So I gotta stay off the map. One hand like Odell in the end zone.
And become aware of your breathing. Imagine now that you're breathing in that life energy through the soles of your feet. Breathing it up through your body and breathe it out. There is no right or wrong way to flow with this experience.
What's next, man?
I don't know.
Or is it nap time?
For that meditation hit. How's it going?
Do you do a new one each time, or like
Same one.
same one? So you done heard the Buddhists moving the John a bunch of times.
That meditation makes me sleep, bro. God connect me with here as I seek you inward. Begin with focus and openness to see what God has for you. Then read the selected. The selected is John. 1 John.
That's New
2,
Testament, right?
Yeah, chapter 2, verses 24 to 25. So it says, "Let that therefore abide in you, with which ye have heard from the beginning. If that which ye have heard from the beginning shall remain in you, ye also shall continue in the Son and in the Father." Let's say a prayer for today. Lord, I just want to say thank you for blessing us with the opportunity of getting up and doing what we love to do. Thank you that Marina and my man Jamar came in, got here safely in this crazy weather that we're in right now. I'm glad that we could be here together during this whole pandemic. Lord, I pray that we have a really great day today and enjoy each other's company and do what we love. I pray that we have a great opportunity to just abide by your plans and focus on your journey and help us get through the day with you in our minds and you guiding us and seeing your vision. I pray that there's no injuries, we're healthy. I pray that we get to our destination safely. I pray that we find our purpose. I pray that you open doors in our lives that that we think they're closed, but we know that you're working every single day. I just want to say, I pray that we're not tired. I pray that we just go through the day, enjoy each other's company without being tired. Just go out there and have fun today. And know that you got us. And in your name, amen. Mm-hmm. All right. So now, now we're about to start. I'm about to get some work done. Like Russell Westbrook, I watch a lot of Russell Westbrook. I watch a lot of CJ McCollum. Because he's like a dynamic guard. Right now, I've been watching a lot of Steve Nash, just learning to pick and roll.
I got a question though. When it comes to you being left-handed, does that ever like change some of the dynamics when you're watching some of this stuff?
No, not really. I have a question. So, what hand am I shooting in that video? In that picture right behind me? Like, what hand am I shooting with? Both, right?
Was that high school?
It's at high school. I was shooting like that.
Could you shoot though? You were shooting in high school?
Yeah, I was shooting in high school.
So it was just some confidence.
No, but I got stronger. You can't shoot like that when you got strong. I had a little kid jump shot, right?
I know what you said.
I had a lot of success early when I was younger. Mm-hmm. I was younger and I could shoot. Cause I was a lot of push shots when I was younger. Like I was nice. I was like number 3 in the country. As a middle schooler, we go to basketball camps. I would not listen. Like talking about jump shot, I could shoot already. Like why are you trying to change my jump shot? Yeah, so like I'm trying to I'm a triple double threat, bro. I could rebound the ball very well. So in order for you to know you gotta know what your weakness is. So that's why I've been really deeply looking the film.
Time. Had a full day experience just in the morning. I think it's a whole nother workout, a whole nother half of the day. It's kind of insane, but it's what it is. It's what we signed up for, but we didn't expect for it to be hard, be it that we're literally doing a day in the life of an athlete.
Tom Granola. It's cold outside. 40 degrees.
We're about to be on our way to the basketball facility to go to where Nate trains for his basketball. We actually just finished all the working out, all the meditation in his crib. So we got a 20-minute drive all the way to his basketball facility. We're going to see some hoops, going to see him hoop. So I'm excited. I'm feeling good. I mean, I got to say I'm exhausted, but still got another half of the day to go. So let's go.
You'll make that out to Jersey Drive, and I'll send you all that text, whatever we can do to get you going.
What's up?
9.5, I believe.
You 9.5?
Yeah.
You a $130.
I'm 137.
You a $130, boy. That's
What you wear, like a 13 or something?
13.5, 14.
Yeah.
No, my basketball sneakers is a 14.
14.
Hey, tell her crank up the heat. Yeah. Sheesh. Young Teller. Hey. I've been pop whipping in the kitchen, cooking up these hits. Lately, I feel like I'm down to tell her when I hold the stick. Got the pedal to the floor, might do 180 in the whip. She go crazy when she see the kid pull up with the drip. Ayy. Pull up with the drip. Ayy. Pull up with the drip. Whoa. Yeah, pull up with the drip. I'ma pull up with the drip. I'ma pull up with the drip. Ayy. They calling me the GOAT, but I'm not Jordan. I'ma pull up with some baddies, everything foreign. When they play my songs in the club, we be lit. Every time they play your shit, they like this nigga boring. I might try out for the league the way I've been scoring. Might go have a with your bitch, we be touring. Locked in on a deal with myself, I secured it. If I want it, I'ma get it, so you better watch out. I can't work no 9 to 5, had to find a new route. I make money in my sleep, don't even gotta clock out. It's a party every weekend, Polo G. I'ma pop out, I'ma pop out, I'ma pull up.
Welcome to the first episode of season 2 of the Root of Everything podcast. Today I have my guy Nate Pierre-Louis. If y'all don't already know, we went through a whole day of basically going through his life, and I was doing it with him. I gotta say I'm tired right now, but I'm glad I went through with it. I probably got a lot stronger today. But tell me how you feel about, after going through your typical day.
It's a regular day for me.
Regular day.
Yeah.
Tell him what time you got up.
Oh, well, I woke up today at 3:45. We came, started working at like 4. You came at like 4. And we started working at like 4:05-ish. And then after that, we just watched film. We worked out. I was supposed to have another workout, but then we both was tired. So we were like, no, I'm not doing that.
I feel it.
I'll rest your body.
So what I want to kind of go into when it comes to everything, the whole reason I wanted you to be on this show is because I understood how passionate of a person you were. Right. And everything about Root of Everything is about, bringing in passionate people to inspire others to be passionate in what they do. Like for me, throughout my life, I didn't know what my passion was, and that stunted my growth because I didn't have direction. And so I just really want to inspire other people to know that, it's out there. So my first question I want to ask you, so we can have a consistency throughout the whole conversation, what would you define as your true passion, and what would you define as success? And it doesn't have to be concrete. You can give a real definition.
First one was passion.
Yeah, what's your true passion?
My true passion is to, first off, follow God's plan. Okay. For me, I feel that God's plan is a dream that you got provided. Like you wake up and you have a dream every single day, and I feel like that's God's purpose for you. So my first thing right now is just for passion is just to stay focused on God's plan. And I feel that when you wake up and you're not doing it for yourself, you're doing it for God, you have a whole different perspective on things. And so when you going through adversity, and you got worried, it's gonna happen. It's not, you're not gonna have good. You're gonna have good days. You're gonna have bad days. But when you understand that you're going through your passion, which is your dream, and which is your dream is God's plan, you don't wake up and you don't make your own dream. I feel like God puts that in your mind. So that would be my passion. And success is just getting 1% better every single day. Success is, you have successes in little things. If you on time, that's success. I live my life in the moment, so I have a lot of successful moments. So it's if you focus on the outcome and that's your success, and you focus on winning, or you focus on dropping 30, that ain't success, bro. It's so much. When you focus on that, you ain't gonna be successful, because there's so much more to the process. If people focus more on the process, they'll be more successful, and that's what I do. I focus on the process and the marathon.
Facts. And I can see that from getting up at 2 a.m. to get up here and work out with you, because I understood that, you love this process. You know what I mean?
I'm loving it right now, man.
And I think we talk kind of about how the other peers in your in your sector with basketball, aren't doing what you're doing. You're reading the Mamba Mentality book. You're seeing what Kobe's doing. People aren't watching film at 4 a.m. in the morning. And I think that's what separates, most people. But then I want to take it a step further. You're talking about God's dream that he gave you. What is that dream that you hold on to now? Like, be as concrete as possible with it.
Be as concrete as possible. I really don't share this a lot, but my dream is to be an NBA All-Star.
Okay.
I want to be an NBA Hall of Famer. That's what I want. That's the most concrete answer I could give you, but it's more than that. Like, for me, I feel as like God put me on this earth to play basketball. That's my talent, but that's not what I was made to do. I feel as like God put me on this earth to spread his message and be his number one disciple through basketball and through my successes. If I'm like an all-star and I'm successful, like a lot of people say, I want to thank my mother. They don't thank God. They don't think, no, man. Like, I need people to understand that God's the number one person in your life that's gonna get you through anything. You're never alone. People have to. They say I'm alone all the time. I got nobody. No one believe in you. They do. God believe in you. So like, that's my goal. Like, yeah, I want to be an all-star. I want to be a Hall of Famer, but I want to show people that without God ain't nothing. And if I could bring people closer to Christ, out of this whole outcome and with my successes, that's I won. So.
And I think one thing I wanted to touch on with what you said was, I'm using basketball almost like as an instrument to get through to this purpose that you believe your life has. Like, this is the reason why Nate's on this earth. Yeah. And I think one of the things, people fail to realize when it comes to passion that I've been preaching on my podcast for a minute is, this is what's going to propel you to that purpose. Like, a lot of people, they try to find their purpose first. They like to say, like, for me, I had that problem. I wanted to diversify the sports industry, but I didn't really love the process of getting there.
Yeah, I remember that. You said that you want to be like an owner.
Exactly. I was like, do I really love the process of this? You know what I'm saying? Like, looking at what you did, like, imagine you doing that and you didn't love the process of it. Yeah. Like, it'd be literal hell.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, waking up at 3:30, 3:45 ain't fun. Yeah. It's not like nobody would want to do that. I'm still human, but like, once you get up, doing what you love to do, man, it's beautiful. Like, I love lifting weights, getting stronger. I love watching film, learning about the pick and roll. I love going to the gym and vibing and working on my game, getting better every single day. Like, I love all these things because I know, like, I need to be successful. If I'm not successful and I'm not in the limelight, I'm not going to be able to do my message and be a disciple. So that's how I look at it. Like, I don't look at it as like a selfish way. A lot of people play basketball like for money. If it was for money, I'll be overseas right now. I'll be making money. I'll be making money. I could make money. But for me, it ain't about money. For me, I want to be at the highest stage. And I feel like skill-wise, I could do that. But you're not going to be in that type of limelight to fulfill his passion and fulfill my purpose.
I think that's beautiful because I think a lot of people, like you said, are in it for the wrong reasons. And I think, personally for me, I think that can stunt your growth to even getting that money that you seek. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think that's a beautiful way to think about it and a beautiful way to go about it, because then you're going to be selfless in every part of that journey. Yeah. But I want to kind of shift it real quick into like how you found basketball, this baby that you carry with you all the time. Yeah. I know your dad was a pro before you, but tell me about like how you started to love basketball. Tell me about that journey.
I mean, I always loved the game. Always loved the game. Like, my dad, was a big part of it, because like when you're growing up, you want to be like your pops growing up. So, I seen that growing up. I loved it. I started loving it because I really started loving basketball. Like, really loving it, like 3rd grade, 4th grade. I always loved it, but wanted to be in the NBA. Like, I said to myself, I want to be an NBA All-Star. I want to be one of the greatest players ever. Like 3rd, 4th grade, like, I started getting good, going to basketball camps, and then I fell in love with Kobe. Man. Like, his mentality, his group, like his griminess, his work ethic. Because that's one thing I feel like I could relate to. Like, I may not be able to be 6'6" and jump all over everybody. Back then, I didn't think I wasn't gonna ever be able to dunk, but it was a dream. But like, I could work out. Like, I remember he said one time, like, I need to outwork everybody. If I'm outworking everybody, it's my process is gonna show. Like, my dad always told me that too. Like, if you just keep your head down, and your future's inevitable. Like it's gonna happen. But I fell in love with that. Like my dad helped me a lot. Kobe helped me a lot, man. Kobe, Derrick Rose. Like I fell in love with the game. Like I wake up before breakfast, I'm watching Derrick Rose mixtapes. I'm watching Kobe mixtapes. I'm watching Russell Westbrook mixtapes. I remember the lockout season when KD was in like Rucker Park going crazy. I was like, yo, I want to do that, man. Like I just love the game. I like, my dad gave me a book called College Basketball and History. I knew all the stats of everybody. Like I just love. I collect basketball cards. Like I always loved the game.
Very pure.
It's pure. It's not. It's never been about money. It's never been about none of that. It's always because I love the game and I just love the hoop and I love to work out. Love the process.
And I think what's key that I like to tell everybody is because it's so pure to your heart and it's like at the root of everything of you, you know, it gives you infinite potential because you're never going to stop. Like,
I will never stop, bro. That was a good point. I'm never going to stop until I reach that goal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful because like, I think a lot of people are missing out on that sense of motivation that only can tap in from a passion.
And a love.
You know what I'm saying? Like I could not possibly get up at 3 a.m. if I really wasn't passionate about being around passionate people. I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, I'm staying in. I'm staying in. But you know, but I think that goes to show how unique we are. And going into like uniqueness, the way you play on the court, when you talked about Russell Westbrook and some other players you kind of idolize, and Kobe with his mentality. Yeah. Can you kind of talk about like why you idolize these people? Like the way I watched you, like I watched you my freshman year at Temple, and I was watching you, and I always loved watching you because you were always Nate. You know what I'm saying? You weren't trying to be.
I'm never trying.
You're never trying to be nobody else.
Yeah, for sure.
So could you talk about like the importance and the mentality you bring every single day with just being yourself?
Yeah, being myself is a big thing because there's only one you. God only made one you. It's important and realize that you're the only person in this planet that could look in the mirror and be like, you're that person, you know? So a big factor for me is trying to be the same guy every single day and lay my hat on every day. The same person, never supposed to change. On the basketball court, you know, it's like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, you know? Like I'm gentle spoken right now, calm, but like once I get in between those lines, I know what I do. Facts. You know, you got to know what you got to do. And I'm a good defender, great rebounder as I'm to my size. I'm aggressive, you know, but then now you got different superpowers now. I can shoot, you know, it's just like,
evolving.
It's just like, right now it's just like, you got to wait for your opportunity, be patient. So now it's a combination of things, like, you know, being yourself, but realizing that yourself could also evolve. You know, there's different enhancers. You know, you read books, you're mentally growing. You're doing push-ups, you're physically growing. You're shooting jump shots, you're skillfully growing. You're always growing as a person, so you just gotta understand, like, yourself is always going to evolve. So.
I think that's beautiful. And I also got to say this, though. I know it's going to come off hard to believe, but, like, yeah, somebody's going to laugh at me. But I think why I liked your game so much was because I could relate to it because I feel like I played like that. You see me? You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, like, when I used to play ball, as a kid, I used to play basketball. Basketball was my first love, to be honest with you.
Sure.
And then I ended up not falling in love with it afterwards. But I was always the kid falling on the ground for the ball, not afraid. Like
playing hard.
You know what I'm saying? I used to have scrapes on my leg, and even when I played baseball, I was always the kid with dirt everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Just playing hard.
And it was like my dad used to always ask me if I ever went on a new team or whoever it was, like, Jamar, you think you're the best player out there? And I'd be like, of course, I'm the best player out there.
You're supposed to.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
it could be anybody on the field. I'm like, I'm the best player on the field because not only did I understand that I needed this confidence to be able to reach the potential that I could get to, but I also understood that, like, you know, this is just who I am. I'm a confident person, and I'm gonna just be that.
100%. Like, for me personally, like, I listen to Russ a lot. It's like one of my favorite rappers. Like, I reference him in almost everything I do because, like, mentally, he's matching my mentality. And he said in his song "Lapped," he said, "I get my inspiration from my own potential." Like,
beautiful.
You look in the mirror every day, you get your own potential. Like, you inspired by yourself. Yeah, like you said, I idolize these guys. I don't idolize them. I want to learn from them.
Okay.
I don't idolize anybody. That's a sin. Don't idolize no man. You feel me? You learn from them.
Gotcha.
Take out their skills and put them in as a toolbox. But when you're inspired by your own potential, bro, you see yourself and it's your potential. You see yourself as somebody, bro, you inspired. Like no one could tell you, like, no one could tell you how you view yourself in the future. You feel me? And that should just inspire you to even be great. Like myself, I see myself being an all-star. Right now, I'm an undrafted rookie, free agent. People may look at me like I'm crazy, but I see myself as an individual that's going to be at that level one day. And when you're inspired and you're working your butt off every day, no one can tell you that. That's the number one controllable. You control how hard you work, control how you inspired, and you control how you act towards people. You could control those things. Why not control your work ethic and how you view yourself as an individual?
And I think another thing I want to touch on from what you said that I really took something from was, you know, you don't idolize these guys, you learn from them.
Yeah.
And I think for me, even in this podcast game or anything I do, I'm going to take my notes, but I'm going to do it differently. You know what I'm saying? I could have a mentor, you giving me the game, and I'm going to take half of it because I understand this is what puts me in the right lane to doing what I do. And I understand that, you know, like, I wouldn't want to just be a carbon copy of somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to, like, I want to make it for being me. And I also understand that my potential is at its cap when it's me. And the next thing I want to kind of, unless you have something to hit on that real quick.
Yeah, like you said, like basketball is a big comparison game. Everybody want to compare somebody to somebody. Like, people are going to compare me to somebody. I can't control what other people think.
That's true.
But like me personally, I know who I want to be. I want to be Nate Pierre-Louis. I want to be labeled as the best rebounding guard ever, the best defensive guard ever, one of the best players ever. Just put his imprint in basketball history. Like, that's about it, though. Like, that's all you can say. You can't really do anything else but be yourself.
That's beautiful. And so, what I kind of want to go into is, you know, as I was watching your highlights, to be honest, I was doing my little research on you before, but you evolved as a player. Like, you were a different player in high school to where you are now when you were in college, and now obviously
different player. Like
6 months ago,
7-8 months ago in college, last year I was a complete different basketball player.
So could you kind of go into the importance of, wow, you might have been hooping in high school, the importance of like almost going through this sense of growth and maturity to figure out the exact things that make you special. You might have been able to rebound the ball, but to understand like, yo, nobody in college basketball can rebound the ball like me at my position. Like, could you go into the importance of finding what really makes you special?
That's a good question. Like, honestly, the only thing that I could think about is the people around you. You know, my coach told me that. Coach McKee believed I could have led the country in scoring. The reason why, not scoring, I said scoring. Wrong thing. Rebounding.
Got you.
He believed I could have led the country in rebounding. But the reason why I didn't, like the last couple of games, I got sick. But then, like, some games I was just focused on my buckets. Because there'd be some games I'll have, like, 9 points, but, like, 14 rebounds. Like, I would be focused on my points. I want a bucket. But nah, looking back, man, I should have just focused on my boards. That's what, like, he plugged that in me. Like, he plugged that, yo, control, rebound the basket, defend. Like, it's important to have good people around you that believe in you. Like Coach McKee, he believed in me. My dad believes in me. Like, the coach staff at Temple believed that I could do that. You know, believed that I could have been the best defender in the country. They believe I'm the best defender in the world. They believe that. They the one that put that battery in my back, saying like, yo, you could really do this. And if you focus on that and do what you do well, then you should be straight.
And I think one thing about you and why people are surrounded by you, first, I believe when you're a passionate person, you're magnetic to other people that love the same thing as you. But two, if you want other people to take you seriously, you have to first take yourself seriously.
Oh, for sure.
And I think you are a perfect embodiment of taking yourself seriously. And then people are like, all right, I know I can depend on him. Could you kind of like speak on that seriousness you take with the game you play?
I mean, a lot of people don't take this game seriously. That's why a lot of people are out the league. That's why a lot of people don't get into the league. They're not focused on patience. They're not focused on. They look at themselves in the mirror and they're like, oh, I'm just talented. My problem is I take myself too seriously, and I'd rather have that than not take myself seriously at all. When you're over analytical and you're obsessed with yourself, and not obsessed with yourself like egotistical, but obsessed with your growth and your evolution. That's why I change. Like, I evolve because I take pride in getting better every day. So I want to work out every day because I'm like, I missed out on an opportunity. I could have got better today. You gotta get better every day. 'Cause that's why some people just don't grow, because they don't look at themselves in the mirror. Like, it's a joke to them. Like, they play. That's why they play money. They play basketball for money. They're like, this is a job. A lot of people do that, but there's some people who just love to hoop, but still don't take themselves seriously. They're just really talented.
And I think there's a special trait in being like, you're probably your biggest fan and biggest critic.
100%.
And I think for me personally, like, I be in the mirror or in the bed, like for example, if I have some type of engagement speaking, I'm like, man, I could have said that word better. I could have done this better. I could have done this. And everybody's like, wow, Jamar, you killed it.
You're supposed to feel like that.
You know what I'm saying?
You're supposed to feel like
And
that.
I be thinking in that moment, like, is this a blessing or a curse?
It's both. It's a double-edged sword. Like, sometimes I'm like, dang, man, I should have done this. I missed this free throw. Dang, I could have, dang. Like, you're getting mad at yourself. But at the end of the day, the best reaction is no reaction. That's what I'm learning now. There's no need to yell at yourself. There's no need for that. You could be as serious as you possibly can with yourself, but you can't kill yourself. It's like shooting yourself in the foot, bro. That's why I learned in the book called Mind Gym. It's a great read. You learn that you can't kill yourself. You can't overthink. You can't. You gotta detach yourself from your conscious mind. You put that much work in your process. You probably focus on like stuff about like public speaking. It's a reflex. You gotta focus on your training. Rely on your training. That's why you train. It's a reflex. It's an involuntary action. It's like blinking to you. It's like breathing. You're not supposed to. You don't think when you breathe. When you know how hard is it to breathe when you think about it. You ever try that?
Oh, bro, I be going through it because I got asthma. I be like, shoot. But really, I'm just thinking too hard.
You're thinking too hard. That's what it is with your passion in the game that you like. With me, that's what I'm starting to learn. Rely on you. You work so hard. Why are you thinking, bro? Just go out there and do what you do. If you're not thinking about shooting the basketball, just shoot the basketball. You shot this ball millions of times just to make one. Come on, man. The odds here,
And I think that's beautiful. And like that's something I've dealt with playing ball and public speaking. Sometimes I'll be rolling on myself. But another thing I want to hit on though, real quick, is you're in a moment in your life where now you're not in college anymore. You're looking to go to the NBA, and you're facing. I believe you might define it differently, but you're facing an adversity in your life right now. You're facing maybe an uncomfortable situation. How do you stay focused and understanding? You're like, yo, like you said, keeping my head down and keeping your head down and knowing the goal will come to you. How do you stay focused regardless of the circumstances?
Like you said, it's adversity. I look at it differently. I'm looking at it as a blessing. I don't look at anything as an adversity anymore. Like when you're honestly, resting in God's promise and resting in what you believe in and honestly truly believe. Like I really truly believe in my heart that I'm making it to the NBA next year. I truly believe I'm gonna be an all-star in 5+ years. I know I believe in myself 100%. Talking out loud sounds crazy. You're supposed to sound delusional. That's why people gonna talk down on you because they don't think you could do it, and they can't do it. So they're gonna try to make you be on their level. You can't do that. And the only thing that helps me really is God and my people around me. I have a good support system, But like mainly with me, eternally, man, I'm really just resting in my promise.
That's beautiful.
And I don't really look at it as adversity. A lot of people do. I don't think so because I'm getting more. It's just more time for me to sharpen my blade. That's it.
And I think especially with coronavirus, there's a lot of things that happened, and we don't realize we're not in control of this godly plan.
Oh, you're not. It's literally resting in His promise, bro.
Facts.
And you gotta understand that, dog, you ain't in control. All you can control is how hard you work, waking up, lifting, getting shots up. You can't even control your outcomes. You can't even control your opportunity. I'm waiting for an opportunity right now. I can't control some dudes calling my phone saying I could play in the league right now. No, you just gotta wait, and when that opportunity comes, knock it out the ballpark.
So I got one last question for you, Nate, and this was my favorite one. So you're guarding Kyrie Irving. What is your mental confidence going into that? This is my last question. We're gonna cut it off after this.
Kyrie, difficult dude to guard, bro. Looking at his chest, don't reach, don't look, because if you reach, he's gonna make you look stupid, bro. Stupid. If you don't reach on him, put a hand up. Make sure you don't contest. You contest, do not foul. Don't go for his fakes. Really, really skilled guy. So gotta just get in him, trying to get in his chest. But like really, like he's a great basketball player. He's probably the most skilled basketball player of all time, in my personal opinion. One of them, top 5. And he can do everything, both hands, ambidextrous. Me personally, I'm gonna just stay in front, try to beat him to the spot, raise up, because you can test. That's great defense. The more you can test, the more you try to bother him. Like the thing in the league, you can't stop dude. You only can contain them. He may drop 25, but he may have to take 30 shots. That's my goal for Kyrie, but Kyrie's Kyrie, so I gotta respect him.
I feel it, and I just want to say, everybody, Root of Everything, me, Jamar Root, we fully believe in you, and we really appreciate you coming in here and just spitting your knowledge and just showing us your day to day, because there's somebody on that other side of the camera that's going to be inspired to say, okay, I believe my passion is out there, or 2, you know what I'm saying, I know what my passion is about, I'm actually going to act on it.
Yeah,
so I'm beyond thankful for you coming on here. I'm glad you're the first one, and I wish you the best, man. I really appreciate
you, dog.
Appreciate it. So that's it for the Root of Everything Season 2, first episode. We'll see y'all next time. We got some more guests coming. Peace.